Hello, I'm Pam of healingstars.com. This is the chart. It's for the new moon on the 15th of May, set for London, but I use whole signs as the houses. So here we have at 12:47 British summertime, the new moon in Taurus. Now this is especially beautiful. The sale of the sun and moon right up there in Taurus in this coral sector. And Taurus is where the moon is exalted, and it's exactly there at that degree, because it's also connected to the Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, that wonderful star group, that constellation, which you can't see in the summer, you can only see it in the winter. But if you look in the winter, you see Orion's belt, and you look up, and you look to the left, the top right rather, and there's a cluster of these stars. And they're very fortunate in terms of caring and fostering. Lots of myths around the Pleiades. Now, Venus is the planet connected to the sign of Taurus. And here's Venus up here. Venus is currently in Gemini, the sign of the twins. It's a very light-hearted and playful sign, Gemini. It's the messenger of the zodiac. So Venus wants to have fun. Venus wants to flirt a little. And that's a beautiful spring energy in the sky. This is a very significant week. The reason being that Uranus, here it is, 29 degrees 59 minutes of Aries, changes sign on the 15th of May at 16:16. A wonderful number that, isn't it? A double 16. Now it's going to stay in Taurus only for a few months, but it's giving us a glimpse, a taster of what this very significant transit will be. Uranus takes about 7 years to go through a sign. When it first entered Aries 7 years back, we had the Fukushima disaster in Japan, and we had that tsunami alert. Violence is Aries, and it's negative. But Taurus is a very different picture. Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus is a fixed sign. And Uranus was last there 84 years ago. So some of us might not have been alive back then, but certainly it's to do with the land, it's to do with Gaia. And Uranus causes disruption and awakening. That's the nature of it, awakening us to our connection to the physical, to our bodies, the earth herself, Gaia, the planet that we live on. With all the news of plastic contaminating the oceans, that's very significant. So we'll have more of that to come. We have also got another very significant event occurring this week. Here's Mars, 29 of Capricorn, 43 minutes. It also will change sign. That's on the 16th at 5:54 a.m. This is British summertime, I'm quoting you. Now Mars will go into Aquarius, and what's happening this year is Mars will go retrograde in Aquarius, which is a very rare event. I've done a whole lecture workshop on this, so I will be announcing this soon to my newsletter subscribers, because it is very, very unusual. Meanwhile, it's moving away from Pluto, and Aquarius is a fixed sign of the zodiac. So it's also going to be connecting up, it's a fixed sign, to Uranus. Now that Mars is making a square, that's a tense aspect to Uranus, and that is very unpredictable. It's a combination of two planets, can be accident prone. So on a personal level, take care. Take care when obviously driving, take care when you're crossing the road. Stay in your body, be grounded, be aware, not walking along, I'm sure none of you do, but walking along like texting and not being in the energy of your environment. Those two things happening the very week of a new moon are extraordinary. We also have just had Mercury and Uranus joining. That was on Sunday. And I had a very productive day because I'm an astrologer, and those two are very good for astrologers. Uranus is a planet very much to do with astrology, and Mercury brings that information out into the open. We have Jupiter at this new moon down here. It's retrograde, going backwards through Scorpio, making it's applying, that means it's good, it's positive, to Neptune, the planet in Pisces, to do very strong healing energy, emotional energy. It's what Jupiter and Neptune in water signs, that's what emotions are all about, is water signs. So also that's a very rewarding and positive contact of these two planets, especially if you happen to be a Pisces or a Scorpio or as a Cancer, because you're another water sign. So they're in your favour. Venus is moving fast. This week we have the moon joining Venus, and if you've been following my workshops, my webinars on the Venus moon conjunctions, it's the awakening of the goddess and her power. So that's happening on Thursday. That will happen exactly at, looking at my ephemeris, 1917. So in the evening. Now, Venus is an evening star. The problem being our days in the northern hemisphere are getting longer and longer. So we don't get to see Venus very easily because the time Venus sets, it's still kind of daylight. However, through the course of the year, that will start to change as Venus rises higher and higher in the sky. So Venus is all about feminine leadership. If you notice, it's applying, it's going to make this square, that's not easy aspect, to Chiron in Aries when it moves into Cancer. So there's still a huge amount of healing to be done around the true role of women and the feminine energy, because the feminine energy is in both men and women. It's about being in contact with the heart, coming from that soft place of compassion and care, and that embracing the mother energy, which will happen as soon as we get Venus going into Cancer. It's a home sign, it's a good sign for Venus to be in, is Cancer. It's to do with the moon and the mother. Okay, so there you have it. Watch out for surprises. Keep grounded this week. And notice these are big changes going on. They will be reflected in the news. So also the news, what happens on Earth is what's happening. It's just the same synchronicity as happening with the planets, with the cosmos. Take care and have a wonderful, beautiful week in the Northern Hemisphere. We've now got some sun in the UK. It's so gorgeous to have sunshine. Thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com. Please subscribe on my website and you'll get news of my next free webinars. They are beautifully illustrated. People really enjoy them, and I'd like you to come and join me with my next one. Thank you.